Folks, welcome to Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. I'm Mark Riccadonna, with me, as always,
Richie Byrne. You're on the other side. I'm very confused. I can't take it.
I know.
Why are you on the other side? There you go.
You know why? I'm on the other side because I'm in South Carolina.
Right. So
apparently masks are just a suggestion.
You're on the other side and 20 years back.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Where are you? You're in South Carolina?
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Myrtle Beach?
Yeah, working at the Comedy Cabana.
The Comedy Cabana. That's great. Are you enjoying it?
It's a lot of fun. It was last night on a Tuesday, packed to the gills. I mean, and nobody wearing masks, just breathing COVID at us. Ha, ha, ha.
You're more of a mask warrior than I am. You and I are different.
Yeah, you'd be down here licking elevator buttons.
Having
fun with the rest of them.
Yeah.
And by elevator buttons, I mean my penis.
You.
I'm a 10-year-old. I can't help myself.
So we have some exciting shows coming up. I'm very
Starting today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know how I feel about our guest today. But next Wednesday we have the great Lisa Lampanelli's coming on. So look at that.
Excited for that.
Really, Lisa.
Look at her. She lost a lot of weight.
Lost a lot of weight.
Great. She's doing a one-woman show, storytelling.
Yeah. We're very
Most
excited.
people know her as an insult comic.
Yeah, and she's going to be on next week. And on the 15th of April, aside from all the other things going on this station, but on the 15th of April, can we talk? Are we talking about this? We're doing a 24-hour telethon, kind of like the 8-9-hour debacle that we did here. Oh, wow. Tom, you are really earning your money today.
Today, he is on the money. That looks so cool. It looks like you and I are starting a branch of Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it
Strike first, strike fast, and then eat right after.
And we're doing it we're doing a telethon where we're going to raise money for a great charity, a friend of yours.
Yes, so he was he was the head of security when I was in the Middle East, twice. And he's been security for everybody. I mean, from Robin Williams to Kevin Downey Jr. You hit this complete spectrum with that comparison.
That's the spectrum right there. Everyone always says that's the spectrum.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's also the spectrum which gets people in the special classes.
Yes,
but it's the spectrum.
So we're doing that. We're going to start at 5:00 Thursday, September 15th. I'm going to go for 24 hours till Thursday, September 15th. Yeah. No, I'm wrong. It's Thursday, September 15th to Friday. April. Why am I saying September? Why am I talking?
I don't know. I'm hungover right now. There's fog and
I'm getting everything wrong. So once again, Thursday, April 15th, 5:00. We're doing a 24-hour marathon, just like we did back in. Thank you, Daisy May. Just like we did back in January, when we did the 89 hours. We're hoping to get a bunch of comments coming in. All the different hosts from the Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling station are going to be hosting. A lot of them.
All your favorite hosts will be
Justin,
there.
Jason, Jim Mandrinos, John Pavaramo. They don't know it yet, but they're all hosting. And
well, it's Alzheimer hosts.
So please tune in for that and make sure you make a donation. It's going to be so much fun. But today's show, unbelievable. And this Friday, 2:30, we have the round table. We're doing magicians. There you go.
Yes.
We got the magician.
Both those guys.
I like that, the magician edition.
The Magician Edition with Denny Corby and Eric. So Denny is a really great guy. I've been working with him and during this whole quarantine. He's the person who taught me how to do the Zoom shows. We did a bunch of stuff together, and then and Eric is I met him on the Disney Cruise Lines. He's the magician on the ship. and
Well, I
he's
know
unbelievable.
Denny did Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling over the summer, and that was an amazing hour. So
they both were on Penn and Teller Fool Us.
Oh, really? Really?
Too.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, we have a lot going on this month. We're still working on some guests, and we'll keep you abreast of that. And last week, the roundtable show from last week was amazing because we had Vanessa Hollingshead on Wednesday. It was just stupid.
Killer.
And then Friday, the roundtable, Carrie Carabas and Rich Voss, and a special appearance by Colin Quinn. I mean, what more can we give you people? All you got to do is download the Twitch app, and that's it. It's that simple.
Yeah. If you are the people who are just watching on Facebook and you didn't switch over to Twitch, you miss Colin Quinn.
You missed Colin Quinn.
Talking about, you missed Colin Quinn. You missed the discussion about Kevin Hart's penis.
Yes, a huge discussion. Multicolored.
Huge.
Multicolored
and huge.
And you can find that, I think, on YouTube. But right now, I think you can still find that on Twitch. Tom knows more about that than I do. But it will be on our.
Pop him on, and then we'll switch over.
Yeah. Let's do this, guys. We're gonna switch over now, right? To Twitch alone. So, guys, download Twitch. All you have to do is go to Drinks, Jokes.
It's so easy.
You don't even have to write it all. If you go to Twitch and hit Drinks, Jokes, it pops up. But it's Drinks, Jokes, the letter N, Storytelling. It's its own channel. There's great content, great comics. We have at least, I think, 12 shows now going. So we're just killing it. And we need you to come over, show us support. We're getting off Facebook now. We have a great guest today who we will introduce when we switch over. He's an immense influence on me, as I've said many times.
Sitting backstage, the two of you talking, I'm already hoarse from laughing.
I mean, laughing so hard. I know. I'm like, let's go. He's so great. He's one of my dearest friends and one of my most important people that I've met in my career in comedy. And we're going to show you a little clip of his act while we switch over to Twitch. So, Greg Morton, let's see him.
Get to the chopper. Jet Li was the most articulate actor in that movie. But think about that. Why do we love movies so much? It's an escape, right? It keeps you from getting just so frazzled at today's events, the things that are in the news, like these young men, these males who are running around and killing people. If you're depressed, kill yourself first. Right? No, some of us are having a good day. I mean, a lot of people, the first thing they do is they freak out. They go, oh, it's the guns. We've got to get rid of the guns. It's not the guns. These young males did not have strong fathers in their lives. We need to bring back strong fathers who will beat the shit out of these kids before they come back and kill us. We got beat when we were younger. Look at how we turned out. Remember how your dad would threaten you for almost killing yourself? Remember if you had an accident and something happened and it would scare them and you would like, what are you doing? You're trying to kill yourself? You do that again, I'll kill you. They would just lose it because they loved you so much. That's how they proved their love, by their attempts to kill you. I remember my dad just running around the house going like, somebody's going to die. And I would look around and then I would realize I'm an only child. There's nowhere for me to run right now. Because we did get beat. I used to get beat with my own toys. I thought Santa was an ass. I couldn't figure it out. Why is Santa bringing me stuff that I'm getting beat with 5 minutes later? I'd ask for Hot Wheels. The next thing I know, the track is coming at me. Then my mother would ask me what I want for Christmas. You want the Hot Wheel? Oh, I would like a Nerf ball and a feather and some cotton balls. And I'd also like a snowflake for Christmas. You can't beat a kid with a toy today, right? You're going to beat a kid with a PlayStation 4? No, that's 400 damn bucks. You're not going to do that. But every toy we had when we were kids would kill you. We had Light Bright in the bathtub. And Easy Bake Oven. My sister tried to kill me with the Easy Bake Oven. She would run out of mix and then make something up out of her head. Yeah, eat it. It's a cake. That's a cat turd. I'm not eating that. I fell for it once. I'm not going to fall for it again. Every toy we had would kill you. Oh my gosh. We had this one toy called Jarts, lawn darts. I can't even believe that was a toy. You remember that?
That was great. I remember the Jarts, but
you remember the Jarts?
How are you?
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you. I wish you would have dressed up for this show.
Why did I even bother?
I don't know. The joke is, when we were backstage, Greg was in a suit jacket, and I was giving him shit. So he went all urban on us. And this is what he came up with.
That's right. I'll pop a cap in your ass, Richie, if you keep this up.
And I noticed Richie took off his hoodie, put on a nice black T-shirt.
I did.
And Greg went and put on a hoodie.
Yeah.
And you guys did it at the same time, so I'm pretty sure that you guys' rooms are connected.
Well, you should have seen us when we were on the road together. Do you guys?
Oh my gosh.
I'm not going to tell this story. Go ahead. I can't tell this story anymore. I'll tell you later.
Come on, tell me.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll tell you later. How are you?
Good. How are you doing? I'm just sitting here getting fatter. How about you guys? This is ridiculous.
I already started out that way.
I've been prepping for this pandemic since 2012. I gained a lot of weight back then.
We're still locked down, believe it or not.
You were saying that you're in the lockdown?
Yeah, well, it's not a total lockdown. They call it the gray zone, and they've got these color systems, and like yellow, orange, red, and then apparently gray comes after red. I had no idea that was on the color spectrum.
I thought nothing came after red.
Yeah, right, exactly. So,
no one ever
but
says.
They're talking about locking us down again because our numbers are going way up. But who cares? Let Mother Nature just take its course.
Yeah,
I think I'm done now. No,
Both
really.
of you guys should come down to South Carolina because I think the whole state decided the same thing.
Well,
yeah.
They're so behind in South Carolina, they have the Spanish flu. That's it. Good night. Show's over. Mark, do you see what we're doing? He and I, we did this in a car for a good year and a half, 2 years, right, Greg? Just forth, laughing, constantly laughing, no matter what the situation was. And it seemed like the worse things got, the more like we'd be like fucked up somewhere. And we'd be like, I can't believe, we got to do this gig, and this gig went terrible. That kid didn't introduce me right, but and next thing you know, we're laughing harder at how pathetic our lives are in the middle of upstate New York or wherever we were,
Oh, I had some of the college shows were some of the worst shows.
Oh,
if you can imagine, this is what happened. This is one of my worst college shows ever. So I get there, and it's in the cafeteria, and they've got two shifts. Like, I don't know why you would have a shift of kids come in, eat lunch, and then they leave, and then another shift comes in, and then they eat lunch. So you just get them all warmed up, and then a half hour later, they leave. So I'm working the crowd. I'm doing the best I can. And guess what's at the back of the room? A polling. No, it's a voting booth. So people from the community, the surrounding community, are coming in to vote at the back of the cafeteria. And I'm just riffing on people to say why. Now these people are just coming in to vote, and I'm riffing on them. And then the local news media comes in to record the event and put it on the news. So it's like a comedy afternoon show / voting. Insane.
They found a way to fit you in.
But you remember that, Richie? Like they were never organized.
Yeah, I mean, for the people who don't know, Greg got a massive college tour. He was one of the top college comics back in the 90s. And
all I did was pull down my pants, and I got several.
Ironically,
1,000 inquiries.
I mean, when you did Prince, your pants were pretty much down. But
tell him that story.
I will. But you were so nice. You said, "Listen, I need someone to open for me," and I learned so much watching you. And here's what he would do, Mark.
Me too. I learned a lot from you.
You did not. Now stop it.
Watching you bomb, I learned a lot.
It's true. Do what you can. Do what you can. And if I was in the back eating it, he would know that at the end, I would walk off, I would introduce him and leave and be in the car because I didn't want to see anybody. But if I were killing, he would sit in the back and go, keep going, keep going. And there were times where you'd let me do 40, 45 minutes, and I was doing great. And then you'd still go up and do your hour. You wouldn't and he'd still go up and crush. And no matter what I did, Greg crushed. You know what I mean, Mark? It was just amazing to watch. There were a few shows where they actually booed me off the stage. And there was one show where I said, I'm not leaving the stage until you guys laugh at a joke. And do you remember this guy? And the next
I do remember that, believe it or not.
Next joke I told, they gave me a standing ovation.
Oh, how fickle the youth are.
But Greg would go up, and there were a few times where he would go up and they'd be just so bad. And Greg would go into this thing about, you know what? I've been doing this a long time. I'm a professional at what I do. I'm not putting up with this. I'm leaving. And he would walk at least 3 times. He walked off the stage. And every time I remember thinking, oh, shit, I guess we're not getting paid for this one. And every time they would be like, no, come back. And Greg would go, I'm only coming back if you guys calm down and act like adults. I'm not here to babysit. I'm not here. I'll only come back. And they will come. And he won them over every goddamn time. And it just was, what a masterpiece it was.
I don't remember that.
Oh, my, yeah.
I don't remember any of that.
You walked at least 3 times out of 92 shows that we did together. And they were like, no, come back. You were like, I'm coming back. I'll come back. But you guys got to act like adults. Stop acting like children. You're not children. You're adults now. And they, okay. And it was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. You were remarkable. And you
went all fatherly. I went Cosby on those kids.
You did. Remember when you roofied?
I sent them a little roofie, and then
and
they were so calm during my shows.
People would say over the years, and I'm sure you guys get it too, who are your favorite comedians? And I would, no, like, you ever get people say that to you after a show?
Oh, yeah.
And I would always say, comics you don't know. And Greg was on that list. So I was so happy a few years ago when AGT changed that, and Greg was presented to America. America saw this amazing fucking talent that you are, and it was just your just due, man. And it was just amazing to watch that and go, finally, Fine. Because the guy's been touring the country and our country for what, 30 years, just destroying audiences everywhere he goes. And it was about time that somebody acknowledged it in some way.
But there's a lot of us out there like that.
Yeah.
A lot of us.
Yes. And that's what I say all the time. And you know,
it takes that long just to learn your craft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you think you've got it. You're like, oh man, I'm going to make it. 5 years tops. I'm going to be at the, and then 5 years goes by and you go like, well, I think I have an inkling of what I'm doing. 10 years is when you really feel like something clicks. And then after that, it just goes up incrementally. But
look at, there's your dates. Vegas, April
20th. I'm getting ready to go on a long tour, 6 weeks long.
You doing
because I can't come back across the border. If I come back across the border, I have to quarantine for 14 days, which means I would miss my next gig. So and the last time I went out, okay, this is what happened. I always come home. Like I always come home, and family is really important to me. What's that?
Like Lassie.
Like Lassie. That's right. I always come home. And so the last time I went out and I tried to come across the border, and they brought in this new thing while I was in the States, where you have to come back with a negative COVID test. Yeah. So I had to get a COVID test, but try getting a COVID test if you're not from the United States. I have no American address, so I can't type in a zip code. I have a postal code, which has got numbers and letters in it. I mean, so I'm trying to get one. I got one in Buffalo that I had to wait in Buffalo for 3 days until the results came back. Then, in a hotel, then come across, and then they go, oh, okay, that's great. Here's 2 more tests. So as soon as I got home, I had to take another test, and then wait 10 days and take another test.
Well,
then
now
they phoned me and had someone call. Oh, yeah.
Now we know why you're done.
Exactly. It just makes no sense, right?
It's crazy.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Because you're in Canada now, and they're going, you have to take another test. You're like, I just took one in America. And they're like, we don't accept the American test.
It's like if you write the bar. They can't accept it. It's just a different system.
But you're coming to America.
Yeah.
Starting when? When's your tour start? Say what?
I was just making a joke. Coming to America. You're coming to America. I said 3. So I'm coming to America, and I'm going to Vegas. That's my first one. Bring up the dates there, Tommy. Bring up the dates. Scroll that. There you go. April the 22nd to the 25th.
Where in
Vegas? Arkansas. Nobody knows where that is.
That's
April the 30th to May the 1st. It's called the Grove. Oh, I'll be at the Laugh Factory in Vegas. Charlotte. Oh my goodness. Visani's 5 to 9. That's Mother's Day weekend. And then I've got Erie and juniors, of course, and then Waterford. In Michigan, just outside of Detroit. I'm doing one-night stands. So.
Mark's
Erie is so beautiful. They changed that club up. It is so beautiful.
What did they do?
They redid.
Did they get rid of the fire hydrant?
No, I think that's still.
Oh, the stage is still the same.
No, everything's like black and sleek, and it's
wow.
He made it look like a magic comedy place. It's so
beautiful. Well, I can't wait.
I can't wait to see the owner, Bobby's the nicest guy on the planet.
Oh, that's what I like to hear, baby. I love to hear that.
Yeah.
I might actually.
Are you gonna have a lot of down? I'm sorry, Mark. What were you saying?
I was just saying I might swing through to come see you there.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks, Mark.
Are you gonna have a lot of down days with this tour, where you're? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're right. You can't go home and come back. It's just impossible.
No.
Yeah.
Greg's gonna be bringing the PlayStation.
Well, that's another thing I want to talk about. This man was a gamer before the word gamer was ever invented. When we did the telethon in January, the 84-hour Guinness thing that And I got in touch with Greg and I said, we were calling comics all over, hey, we want you to come on with. It's on Twitch. What's Twitch? Blah, blah, blah. Greg was the only comedian where I went, it's on Twitch. And he went, oh, Twitch. Oh, I know. I was like, all right, you would know Twitch. So when we were on the road back in the 90s, man, Greg just had a suitcase, Mark, full of games and discs and shit. And I remember being jealous of you because I can't do any of that. And I'd be out drinking in a bar down in the hotel, and Greg be up in his room just playing away and having the best time.
Yeah, and saving money, damn it.
I know.
Because you drank a lot of your money away. You did. I mean, that's why you're in that shithole that you're in right now. Look at Mark's nice place. He's got a damn chandelier in the back. Look at that.
I'm at the comedy condo.
You're outside the bathroom door.
The name, no, it's not.
Richie's going to take a dump halfway through the show.
Now, Greg, the name of the show is Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. And we didn't really prep you on this. Normally, you bring on a drink of choice. It doesn't have to be alcoholic. I know you don't drink a lot. There you go. That's pure.
It's just water.
What are you drinking there, Richie? You still on the wagon?
I'm still on the wagon. Yeah, I got my Diet Coke. Where is it?
You don't drink either?
I quit. No, not really.
Did you see his face? How concerned he got? What happened?
Yeah.
Why are you not drinking? Oh no! Is it terminal?
No, he's a good Catholic boy. He can't stop drinking.
No, but I gave it up for Lent, and I not really because of Lent. It just Lent was coming, and I just wanted to take a break. And I've done really well with it. And I lost almost 20 pounds.
Why didn't you give up video games? That's a lot easier. You're not good at them. You just say, I give up video games, and then you can keep drinking.
You're right. Greg in your.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Greg in your.
That's the way how I would do it. Never give up something you love.
So but I got to be honest. It's been the best move I've made. I feel so much better.
Really?
Wow.
That's a whole Dr. Oz show right there.
Yeah.
The study of what happened to Richie after Lent.
Yeah. So May 1st. I actually, Sunday is Easter. I can drink if I want to, but I don't think I'm going to. I want to lose another 20 pounds at least. So I'm like trying.
Oh, I got you. You.
Yeah. Now
that's a good move.
Do you have a street joke you could give us? I've totally forgot to warn you.
Okay. Okay. This lady is really depressed, and she decides that she's gonna jump. That's how all my jokes start. And she's gonna throw herself off the bridge. And this sailor is walking by, and he sees her, and he says, "Lady, what are you doing? Don't jump, don't jump." She says, "Oh, my life is horrible right now. What am I gonna do? I can't live any longer." He says, "Well, listen, I'm a sailor. I work on a ship. Why don't you come with me? You can cruise all over the world. I'll make sure you're taken care of. I'll feed you every day. I'll bring you wine, and you can see the world." And she thinks about it, and she decides, okay. So in the middle of the night, he sneaks her onto the ship, and he hides her in this little cubby hole, and every night he brings her food and a bottle of wine, and she eats the food and she drinks the wine, and they make mad, passionate love all night until morning. And then he gets up and he goes to work on the ship. So one day, the captain is doing his inspection, and who does he come across? This lady. He says, "What are you doing here?" And he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was one of your men, your sailors. He brought me on this ship, and he said I could go see the world, and he brought me food, and he brought me wine, and he says, well, you're not supposed to be on here." And then she starts feeling a little guilty because she's not telling the whole story. And she says, "Oh yeah, and he's screwing me." And he says, "Yeah, you're damn right you're getting screwed. This is the Staten Island ferry."
That works so perfect just based off of Vinny's show from last night. Vinny Dardiello's show was all about the Staten Island Ferry.
Yeah. Mike Beasy. Yeah, we have a show now called Community Theater and we do original.
Oh, what a great idea!
Yeah. And we did my buddy Mike Veazey, who I'm pretty sure you've met, Greg, in the past, because he's a really good friend of mine, and he wrote this script about the Staten Island Ferry.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
we should all be doing more stuff like this.
Yeah.
Now, can I ask you a quick question? Earlier in the show, you said that Kevin Downey Jr. he had this guy as a security.
Oh, tell him.
Yeah, it's one of the comments from earlier.
When Kevin's in the Middle East, they need an insecurity guard.
You don't have to tell me anymore. I get that joke completely. I know
when Mark worked the Middle East, this guy was security for them, and Kevin was
that's wild.
Yeah.
Not like you ever been over there?
No, have you?
Yes, they pray really loud.
Like
through a megaphone.
Like a neighbor?
It's loud.
That's actually
like a neighbor.
I'm laying down, I'm having my comedy nap, and they start praying. I thought something was about to happen. I went to Dubai and was there for about a couple of weeks, and wow, that place is crazy. Don't get out of the car. Something happens. Don't ever get out of the car. What's that?
Who'd you go with? Who'd you work with?
Two other Brit comics. I can't remember their name off the top of my head, but both very, very good, very funny.
Right.
The Brits are funny, man. You know.
Well, we had them on our podcast when we did the marathon, and they found us. That was so cool.
Yeah,
and we're still in contact with them. We love those.
That's
guys.
good.
Yeah, they've been great. Talk a little bit about America's Got Talent.
Okay. Where do you want me to start? The very beginning or the?
Well, you know the story, so you should decide.
When America's Got Talent approached about doing it, were you for it, or were you kind of like, I don't know?
No, here's the wild thing. I had it in the back of my head. Now, my wife said to me one time, she says, Greg, you should go on this show. And I go like, no, that's not going to happen. You know, but you know how you do that, right?
It's such a comedy thing, isn't it? Everything's negative. Like people say, you know what? You should be. You're like, I'm not right for it. I'm not.
It's like my aunt. She's always saying, you should be on the Ellen DeGeneres show because it's her favorite show. That Ellen is never going to have me on the Ellen DeGeneres show because I'm too damn old. I need to be, 6, 7 years old, and I juggle with my feet or something. And that's my talent. So that's never going to happen. So anyway, but it just kept coming up. And then another comedian friend of mine, Tracy McDonald, and she said, Greg, this show would be perfect for you. You should do this. And I started thinking about it. And I go like, yeah, this could work because it's a variety show. And I love variety shows. That's all I watched when I was a kid. The Glenn Campbell show, Sonny and Cher, the Smothers Brothers, Carol Burnett. That's kind of what my show is. It's kind of a one-person variety show. So I started thinking about it, and I go like, this is coming up so many times in my life where people are saying this to me. It's probably going to happen because you know how the universe works.
Totally agree.
The universe always sends you a message. Now, whether you're listening or not, that's the key. Yeah. If you don't listen, if you just go, go away, universe, that opportunity is gone. It goes to somebody else. That's how it works. That's why when you get jokes coming in you never want to shut it off. Never turn off the faucet, right? When you're writing, you go like, not now, I'm busy. You go, no, I got time for this. And you get a pen out and you write, whether it's 3 o'clock in the morning and wake up from a dead sleep, or you're driving, you know, out the middle of the interstate. And you got your phone up, you know, and you babble a little joke in there. So anyway, I go, I think this is going to happen. So every decision I made was based on that fact. And I'd say to Tony Camacho, you remember?
Yeah.
Tony,
Are you still with him?
I'm still with him. I can't break up with him. He won't let me break up with him. One time I broke up with him. He came to my house. He drove up to Canada and he drove up to my address, but he didn't realize that my address that he had was a post office box. So he's standing outside of the post office.
Greg, I'm at the post office right now, and
that's exactly what it sounded like. That was exactly the phone call right there, Mark. That is just as if you were there. That's exactly how it went.
See, Mark does impressions too.
I don't know how you fit in this little house. It's tiny. I really got to get you some better work.
That's hysterical. I mean, the whole ride, it never dawned on me it was a P.O. box.
I didn't write P.O. box. I like to uplift my addresses. I always say, instead of P.O. box, I say Suite 732.
There you go.
It sounds so much classier, you know. Classier place.
This story is the most Tony Camacho story you could tell.
If you ever had to explain Tony Camacho to somebody, this is it. He drove to Canada to keep a client,
biggest
at the post office, where he could have just sent you a letter and stayed home.
He wanted to save the money on the stamp.
You must have been.
But I'll tell you something though. You know, the reason I've been with Tony for so long is that I can trust him. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I mean, a lot of guys you can't trust him. You can't trust them at all. They try to swindle you, or they got some sort of scam going on, or I don't know. It's a mess. So, but anyway, so I said I would say things to him like, you know, hey, I need to book this because I'm going to be on this show. I'm going to be on this show, and I don't think he really believed me. And then it happened. And what happened was I got contacted by both Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent.
And you're neither.
Wow.
You're neither American or a Brit.
The same week. Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent.
Wow.
What about Canada's Got Talent?
Are you kidding me?
They had that. They had that, but they canceled it because they're too humble.
Canada's Got Talent. We do. It's all in the United States.
Yeah.
Drake, Howie Mandel,
Jim
Justin Bieber.
Anyway, so you got how did they find you though? Like what
they do is they comb the internet. You know, they have talent scouts and agents. So it's not just the auditions. They also have talent scouts. And listen, if you have something that's going viral, and well, obviously you have an audience. Well, that's good for them. You know, that means you're going to bring in more people. I mean, that's kind of how it works. So at the time I had done my dry bar special and it was blowing up, and they were throwing these clips up and they were getting like 1 million views.
Wow.
Yeah. So it made sense. And at the time I was like, oh, this, because, you know, some of these gigs, you know, you do them and they don't pay a lot. And you go like, well, I need a good tape. You're right. You always say that. I need a good tape. So you go and you do it anyway.
How about when they present it to you that way? we're doing a show, doesn't pay, but we're going to tape it. And you need a new tape. You need a new tape. You're like, okay, let me drive 800 miles for a new tape. And we'll give you dinner.
Yeah, like Ben Guyot's Club 54 up in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever do that? You did, didn't you, Richie?
A long time ago, I did it.
Yeah. He still owes me money. So anyway, he probably sent it to the post office box.
Tony got it.
Probably still standing out of it. So anyway, so I got the choice of the two shows, and well, actually, the one went away. It didn't, obviously, the one trumps the other, and they called me and they did all these interviews, and it's like they do a lot of interviews, and they find out your background, and then they build a story. What your story is going to be? What's your story? And then I had to do rehearsals. So you rehearse and you rehearse and you rehearse, and then comes the big night, and I go to LA. I'm there, and I go like, wow. And I was so nervous. I was freaking it. But I go like, Greg, this is your big chance. Don't mess it up, because we self-sabotage, right? Mm-hmm. We always do that. Something will happen, and we get a little nervous or something. And I go like, well, listen, you put in over 30 years. I think you're ready. And it's going to be easy. It'll be muscle memory, because the thing that I chose to do, which is the Star Wars bit, they go like, I can do that in my sleep.
Right.
I knew that. So I did that, and I just threw myself on stage, because I thought, if I throw myself out there, I can't run back. I'm going to look like a big puss. So I just threw myself out there. Now, at the time when I was going to go out on stage, I was hanging out with some of the other contestants, and I was hanging out with this one young woman, and she was very nice. Her whole family was there with her at the audition. She was from the Detroit area, and her skit was, she was a singer and a flight what do you call those guys? Gate attendant.
Okay.
And so she would sing over the microphone at the gate, and she had a great voice in that. So it's great. So anyway, she's fine. The whole weekend, she's fine. Then it's time to go on, and we're both backstage. And she looks out at the audience, and she goes like, oh my God, all those people out there. You see all those people? And she grabs my arm and she starts twisting it. And she's going, oh Lord Jesus, Jesus Lord. And she's squeezing it out of my arm. I go,
Greg, was she Swedish?
Was she Swedish? That's my African American voice. Come on.
He didn't want to assume.
Oh my God. Let me get my Allen key. So anyway, so she was freaked out, and I was trying to talk her off the ledge. But I'm getting ready to go out. You go like, all right, Greg, you're next. I had to go out there, and I just threw myself out there. But you know what's great about it? Who's the guy? The big guy, Terry Crews. Terry Crews is so nice.
He is. I know Terry. He's a very nice guy.
Oh my gosh, one of the nicest people.
Really is.
He grabs your hand. He shakes your hand. All of the nerves leave your body. Yeah. Because it's just, there's so much positivity. It just leaves your whole body. It's amazing.
Yes.
He would do that for every contestant.
Yeah.
He would get them all psyched up. He's probably one of the best co-hosts they've ever had.
Really? Think about that. He doesn't do that.
What's that?
He doesn't have to do that.
No, he doesn't.
That's not in his job description. No. I mean,
no, but it is really easy to It is really easy to sabotage the contestants, because we're all insecure.
Right.
We're creative people. We're children. It takes nothing to get in there. Everybody has the combination lock to that lock. They're
Except,
our family, our
except Tony
mothers,
Camacho.
brothers, and sisters. What?
Except Tony Camacho. He's
Poor
still at the
Tony. I
He
can't
has
believe
the
we're
wrong
picking on him,
address.
but
So that's
I can't believe we're making fun of him. But then again, this is Twitch. He'll never find this show.
I absolutely love Tony Camacho. But go ahead. I
love
yeah.
him.
We love Tony. And listen, believe me. So anyway, I go and I do that. Oh, sorry, guys. So I go and I do the show, and it blows up, and wow, it was nuts. And they say, "What do you want to do next?" And I go like, "I don't know." No, I wanted to do seriously. I was thinking I wanted to do Lord of the Rings. So I had it all planned. I was even going to do stand up, but you have to stay in your lane. And I was the voice guy, so I had to be the voice guy for the whole time. And that's why I never got to do stand up. But I was going to do a little bit of everything from my act. And then I ended up, what I ended up doing was creating 3 or 4 new bits out of it. Yeah, because I had to.
Yeah.
And all of the people have to some degree. They have to take something, and everybody has somebody that they work with on this show, a producer. And the producer looks at their thing and they go, that wouldn't work on the show, or that would. And then they kind of guide you, and then you create some things and you show them, and then they put it together. They have a little powwow, and then they go to the next group of people, So there were so many contestants on that show. I mean, it was insane.
It must have been amazing for people who were fans of yours from AGT when they went to see you live, because the thing about you, more than almost any comic I've ever worked with, is you are the farthest thing from a one-trick pony. You know, so I mean, I've watched Greg tell amazing stories, do imitations, do sound effects, talk politics, and then end humping the wall as Prince, all in one show. You know what I mean? He leaves nothing off the table. So people must have come going, "Oh, we're going to see the Star Wars guy tonight," and then they walked out going, "Holy shit, what a show!"
Yeah. In fact, I had to actually alter my show because it wasn't jiving with the AGT audience. They were going, "What the heck is he doing?" Right. Remember how I used to come out and I'd wear a pair of panties over top of my pants?
No, I forgot about that.
And I would hump the pole and do all that stuff. And then I'd go, "Oh, wrong club." And which works great. It was a great icebreaker. But when I had these AGT people, they're looking at it like, "What the hell is he doing?" Like, it was like I dug a hole for myself at the beginning of every show. So I had to quickly take that out, do Star Wars, and immediately get everybody on board. "Oh, this is the guy. This is what we came to see." Get the elephant out of the room, and then go and do my act. And that's
right. Interesting.
But my goal was that I wanted to learn. When I got into this, I wanted to learn every style of comedy that there is. I wanted to learn stand-up, one-liners. I wanted to learn storytelling. I really was a student of comedy. And the one thing I loved was storytelling, because I always thought you, Richie, you're a great storyteller. I mean, you would tell these great stories when we were on the road doing all these college gigs. And
that's how this podcast got started. Mark came to me and said, "You're one of the best storytellers I've ever met. You should do a podcast about storytelling." And I go, "I'll do it with you. I want you to do it with me." And that's how this blew up, right, Mark?
It all came together. I also love street jokes.
What's
that? I love street jokes. When different comics tell street jokes, to me, it's like hearing a famous singer do a standard. And you're like, okay, I'm going to see what Sinatra does with this. Okay, I'm going to see what
and that's
Conway
true. They
Twitty
put their own spin on it, don't they? Yeah,
and it's to me, it's like, it's just exciting to hear that, and I love storytelling. So when I approached Richie and he was like, "Will you do it with me?" I go, "Well, my album's Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. Let's make the podcast that, because that's what we do."
Yeah.
And what we're doing right now is exactly what I love, and I hope the people watching understand. This is the car ride. This is the green
Yeah.
room. This is what we do, and
This
I
is what we
love what
do.
we do for a living.
That reminds me.
Greg,
Like go ahead.
when I first found out about you, more than met you, was I would always see your headshot at clubs. I'd be on the road. I'd see your headshot everywhere. Didn't know anything about you. And then I worked at the Comedy Stop in Atlantic City. And every single time I was there, I was really good friends with the staff. My wife and I would go in, we'd hang out with the staff. Every single time they go, oh God, last week Greg Morton was here. And they would tell a story about you and about a bit you've done. And so I heard of the legend of you for so long. And then when Richie told me that you guys he came up with you, like you were already established and you kind of guided him along the way, I was like, oh my God, like I've been hearing about this guy forever. I got it. I can't wait to meet him.
That is some wild synchronicity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this business is really crazy because you just lift above the open mic level and it gets really small.
That's true, right? Yeah.
You know what's crazy is when I was doing my research on you, Greg, is you come up as an ex-NFL football player. And me and Richie in a meeting where I'm telling you, this is not in one place. It's saying everywhere. He is an NFL player for 1 year.
But
and then he was a comic.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but the other day we're on a Zoom meeting with all the guys from the channel. And I'm going, listen, okay, so we're going to have Greg Morton on Wednesday. He's been on AGT. He's worked cartoons, blah, blah. And Tom goes, and he played professional football. I think that's a big angle. And I go, no, he didn't.
Yeah, Richie.
Insisting that and I go, Tom, and sure enough, there it is in the Wikipedia that you played for the Bills.
You know me, Richie. I can't even play Madden, for God's sakes. One time I got trapped. This guy was sure I was the guy, the Greg Morton, the football player, and he worked at the hotel. He had me cornered, like I couldn't move in this hotel, and he's talking to me about football for a half an hour.
There's the thing.
Yeah, there it is. That's me right there. That's the actual Greg Morton. That's me standing beside the actual Greg Morton.
I love that you have a Star Wars shirt on too. It's so you. Where did you meet Greg? That Greg Morton?
Where he lives
at
at a cigar shop in Akron, Ohio.
He has a cigar shop.
No. He loves cigars, and he goes to this local cigar shop.
But did you know he was like? How did that come about? I mean,
I was playing the Funny Stop.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tony, right?
And Pete and Tony. And Tony owns.
I love them.
That's right. They're great, aren't they?
Oh, the best.
Let me tell you something. Don't fuck the waitresses, okay? Don't fuck the waitresses. That's number one rule.
He brought me on stage, his credits to bring me up. He goes, and your headliner tonight is Brothers with Ronnie Riccadonna, Mark Riccadonna.
Oh, that's the guy?
Yeah, nobody knows who my brother is. It's not like my brother's some famous guy. He's very good friends with Don Jameson.
That's so funny.
I know.
When the young comics are on at the beginning of the show, and if they start swearing, he gets on the big mic and starts yelling at them, stop fucking swearing. Stop fucking swearing. He's Lebanese Don Rickles.
Oh my God. That's funny.
All right, I'm going to do something shameless. Greg, is there any way we can talk you into joining us on our marathon show? Mike is actually watching. I saw his symbol down in the corner. If you're available, we'll talk off there. But I want to.
It's the April 15th at 5, and we go till April 16th at 5. So there's a whole. Oh wait, you're on the road, right?
Yeah. I don't have my dates in front of me. Tommy, put that scroll up there.
I beat you to it.
You know what? April 20.
Oh, I can do it, right?
Yeah, it got past me.
Greg, we
April
only need you for
I can do it.
3 hours.
Greg
Yeah. April the 15th. Okay, well, hang on.
Oh, wait, it's before you go on the road, because according to this, your first gig is April 22nd.
Right.
So you're home.
All right, I guess I'll be doing it.
All right.
Nice. We booked our first comic.
All right, you're right.
But we did it.
So when am I going to be on?
I'm worried about getting Greg Morton. I got to tell you.
Am I going to be on the early, which row?
What?
5, 6, 7, what?
We'll figure that out. Probably.
Oh, no,
Figure it out.
Richie, I know
Okay,
you.
6 o'clock.
I'm going to
6
call
o'clock,
you.
the first hour.
Don't worry. I'm really busy right now. You're texting me right now. How busy can you be? No, I'm going to call you. I'm going to send you all the information. I swear to God. He never does. He never does.
Can we please get a Richie Byrne cartoon and Richie doesn't even get to play him? We're going to make Greg do it.
I don't know what I already am. I have no idea. What am I?
Can I tell you guys a story?
The sun will come out tomorrow. That's what I said. Oh, that's my Richie Byrne impression.
Greg, you're not going to remember this, but
Oh, and this one. Here's another one. Jamie.
the first of a long line of fucking bad management in my career. But anyway, back in 1991,
Yeah.
Greg and I were on the road. I will never forget this. We were upstate or whatever, and we were talking about the AIDS epidemic, and I think you said the only way, or maybe they said on the radio, but somebody said the only way that people will take AIDS more seriously and do something about it is if a famous athlete contracts AIDS. And we were talking about it, and I dropped you home, and the weekend came, and I picked you up to go away again, and Magic Johnson announced that he had AIDS. You remember that? We were blown away. It was
Gave it to him
48 hours later, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. I mean, he opened up people's eyes so much to the AIDS plight.
Well, he opened up more than that. He really
yeah. I mean, the medications that came out because of him, and but I'll never. That's always stuck with me that you and I were talking about that, and then literally got back. You got in my car, and they announced Magic Johnson.
Do you think that in some way, this is a metaphysical sort of conversation, that we're somehow connected to that?
I don't know. I just know it was.
No, but seriously, that can't be a coincidence. How would we know that? Don't you find that those kind of things happen all the time? You have these kind of conversations with other people or comics, and then sure enough, it happens.
Yeah.
A week later, just like you said.
Think about it. Back then, that was a death sentence.
Yes.
And 31 years ago now, and he's still alive and thriving and doing great. I mean, that's amazing.
It really is. Yeah.
I think about that a lot, how weird that was.
I love how Greg believes in the secret. I feel like I'm very much like that too, where the universe is all interwoven and things happen, and I'm like, the universe just pushes people into certain. I was a guest on their podcast randomly, and now we do this. We launched this channel like 2 months later, but I feel like the universe pushed it together and was like, there you go. This is what's supposed to happen. You know, we were both on separate paths, and then it was just like, okay, this is a natural equation, and I think the universe does that to me constantly.
Tommy, that is so true.
This kind of stuff happens.
Yeah.
It happens so often where I'll talk to somebody about like, oh, if this person got involved, this would be, the thing would come together. Hold on, I'm getting another phone call. Oh shit, it's that person. Like it happens all the time. And I strive, and I think it's the most like amazing thing. And when things connect, I love having and seeing they connect. A lot of people make fun of me for it, and I think they don't want to.
Because they're
see
closed-minded.
The only difference is that you and I we're all paying attention. These
Yeah.
other people aren't paying attention. If you pay attention, it's there.
And you're open to it.
Yeah.
I randomly was at a Jay-Z concert when they first launched that Barclays Center. And I turned to the girls, I was like, somehow we're going to hang out with Jay-Z and Beyonce. She's like, how would that ever happen? As we're taking the train back in Brooklyn. I'm like, you're not the right girl for me. 6 months later, I end up doing a party with his personal assistant. Not too long ago, I'm doing Jay-Z's grandmother's party where I'm hanging out with Jay-Z and Beyonce. And I'm like,
did you take a selfie?
I do have pictures. You're not allowed to take pictures, but I got a couple because it's all non-disclosure type of stuff.
You should have
sent
it to her. You should have sent it to her.
Tom broke up with a girl because she didn't think they were going to hang out with Jay-Z and Beyonce.
It's that you don't believe like your thoughts. If you're like, I don't believe what you're saying could happen. I'm like, now you're going to stifle me from being who I'm supposed to be.
Exactly, Thomas. Exactly. Right? That's why you can't be around people like that.
They'll destroy you. Negativity.
They will shut every door that opens to you.
I have a word for people like that. Mom.
You are not hanging out with that kid. That is a bad kid, and he's a Baptist.
Mike Rowe, the guy who we're doing the benefit for, just wrote in the thing, "The Force awakens and makes itself known."
The Force awakens. That's right. There is so much philosophy in George Lucas's Star Wars. That's why people love it, and I think that's why Disney doesn't get it. They don't have any of that philosophy stuff in there. That's what makes the Matrix work. There's so much stuff in there. The two professors did a commentary on the DVD, for God's sakes. But the things that ring true on a subconscious level, and you go like, I know that's right. I don't know why, but it's right. Whatever that person is saying, that is a truth.
Oh man, we definitely have to do more with you, Greg. I'd love to pick your brain just on those topics, like not even on the comedy topics.
Yeah,
that's a big.
I could go on like this forever.
Same.
And he has in my car.
Let's all drive to Canada.
Oh,
listen, unfortunately, we got to go, Greg. We have a show. A show follows us, so we have to get to that show.
Okay.
And we say that we've said this to so many of our guests, but I feel like we haven't even scratched the surface with Greg. Right?
I know. There's so much more.
If this is possible, Greg, if you're around Friday, we're doing a roundtable with a couple of magicians. I feel like you would be awesome to be on it.
I was thinking the next Friday because it's Dry Bar. We're doing the show about Dry Bar.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
I got to be on that show.
It's April 9th.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that one?
Because
I'll call you.
Okay.
Look at his face just popped up.
He's not going to call me.
Real quick before we go, while we close out, one of our audience members earlier asked. They said they've been a big fan of Greg since Comedy Central Presents. He loves the Star Wars voices. Can Greg please do some of the voices for him? So can we close on that?
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, right, good idea. Okay, here we go.
Before you do it, let's go out on that. And,
we'll go out on that. Anybody watching, stick around
because we have a show.
Yep, Night Meds is coming up.
John Fugelsang on, and it'll be a great show. So you just hit the refresh button after we close out. This week's John Fugelsang, and I'll be jumping on as well. I'm very excited for it. Let's go to Greg now.
Okay, here we go, guys. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Join me, Luke. Join me on the dark side. I'll never join you! Ah! Hello, Master Luke, Master Luke. He said he's a tarupa. Red leader to gold leader standing by. Gold leader to red leader standing by. Look out, Porkins. Shut the level. 3BO. Shut shut them down, shut them all down. They're dying, R2. Uti waka local solo. Utu chaba waka. Ho, 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 ho.
Yes, yes. Go ahead, young Skywalker. Join me and your father on the dark side of the Force.
Do or do not. There is no try. Yeah.
I love how you make a living.
When you put the hood up and did that character, that was Gilbert Gottfried.
And you wouldn't have had the
Go
hood.
ahead, young Skywalker. Go ahead. Join me on the dark side of the Force. Not the light side of the Force, but the dark side of the Force. I can't stand it. Affleck!
That's Tricks, Jokes, and Storytelling.